Harvard CS50 is one of the most popular intro to CS courses, and it's probably because it's offered by, you guessed it, Harvard.
You got into Harvard Law?
What, like it's hard?
Today I'm gonna go over everything that you should know about Harvard CS50. I went through all the lectures, labs, and problem sets. I'm going to answer if it's truly for beginners, if it's free, how hard it is to sign up, how much help they give you, how much resources are available when taking the course, and lastly, whether or not I think the certificate is worth it and if it would ultimately help you get a job. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Let me start off by giving you a brief overview of what Harvard CS50 is for those that may be unaware. It's essentially an intro to CS course that all Harvard first year computer science students have to take. And they have recorded it and put it online. It is available to everybody on the inters of net. I am all about making tech accessible, so I love that it's super easy to sign up. There are zero gimmicks when you log on to the site. It'll reroute you to edX, which is a platform through which this course is offered through, and they don't make you put a credit card down. They don't give you the runaround of, you'll have to subscribe after this amount of time. No, none of that. It's super easy. You literally just need an email, you sign up, you enroll in the course, and then you instantly have access to the course, the lectures, the problem sets, as well as all of the other resources that come with signing up with this course. I will say that there is a certificate that you can get, which is $149, but I'll kind of talk about whether or not I think that's worth it a little bit later in the video. Now, since the course is available online, I was a little bit skeptical about what kind of resources were available in terms of being able to get help. And to my surprise, there's a lot. There is a Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, Facebook, any social media you can think of. CS50 has a community on that social media platform, which I think is really great. They're really getting an A+ from me in terms of accessibility. I don't know how active all of these communities are, but being that there are so many different communities, I'm pretty sure you should be able to find at least one that is pretty active so that you can kind of get your questions answered. In addition, they also host live Zoom office hours. I don't know how often, but on the site, it does say that they host these office hours and it's open to people that are taking the course online. That's a really big deal. Having a live person that you can ask your questions to, I mean, it saves you so much time. And in addition, even if you don't have any questions and you join this live office hour, Zoom office hour, people will ask questions about things that they may be struggling with, and then it may open up some understanding to something that you didn't even know you needed help with. So office hours are great, and the fact that this free online course offers it for their free enrolled students, that's a big game changer. So there seems to be no gimmicks. It's really easy to sign up. You don't have to pay your credit card. They have a bunch of free resources. They have live Zoom office hours. It almost seems too good to be true, which kind of got me wondering, is it too good to be true? So naturally, the next question that I asked myself was, this is an intro to CS course. Is this course truly beginner friendly? And here's what I found. The course is presented as a 10-week course, right? And for somebody that has never been exposed to programming at all, I don't know that they'd be able to fully grasp these programming concepts in this 10 weeks. That's not a bash on the course, the material, or the professor. I think the professor actually does a really great job at breaking down a lot of these concepts. However, being that it is so much information packed down into 10 weeks, I think that it could be a little bit hard. And the reality is these intro courses are designed for their computer science students. And these computer science students, a lot of them have been exposed to tech in the past. They've programmed or they've coded in high school. They were part of the robotics club. So this is not the first time that they've been exposed to tech. So they're not technically true beginners. The silver lining here is just because the course is presented as a 10-week course doesn't mean you have to take it in 10 weeks. It's completely online, so you can self-pace this and move at the pace at which you're comfortable, which I think is great. And if you take it that way, then I do think that it would be a beginner-friendly course. Just because you decide to take this as a self-paced course does not mean that you shouldn't set a schedule. Setting a schedule helps you stay accountable, and it helps ensure that you actually will finish the course in the first place. And I wanna reiterate, this is definitely not bashing the professor, because if anything, I think he does a really great job. In fact, in lecture 1, he introduces you to Scratch, which is kind of a drag and drop kind of coding language. And to be honest, this is always how I try to encourage people to start, just so that you can get exposed to it, kind of understand and get familiar with the concepts. But then directly after, he jumps straight into C, which I think is a huge leap. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? It's a 10-week course. But like I said, if this is the first time that you're being exposed to programming, that can be a bit of an abrupt change. However, if you're doing it at your own pace, I think that it's definitely possible. In addition, they also have notes on top of the lecture. So if you don't understand something that he said, you can go into the notes, you can read it. For the lecture itself, you can pause it, play it again, play it at 2 times, play it at half the speed. So there are so many different ways for you to be able to digest and understand this material. I just think that presenting it as a 10-week course for a true beginner is a little bit dangerous. I think that if you're a true beginner, you need to have mercy with yourself and really give yourself the time to learn the material and understand and fully grasp the concepts. So in terms of what the course actually covers, to be honest, I'd give it a really big hug. Like, if I could hug that sounds so weird, but it's the truth, and here's why. There is a huge debate within the tech world that you have to pick a certain language to start when you start programming, and to be honest, I have my own opinions on which language you should choose first, but that's it. It's just an opinion. Everyone has a different opinion, and at the end of the day, it does not matter. All that matters is that you start learning programming concepts, and these concepts can be grasped and learned in any language. And this course goes through Python, C, you get exposed to SQL, they talk about garbage collection and data structures and algorithms, and I love that. I love that it kind of exposes you to everything, and it doesn't send you into the world of tech with your blinders on, so that when you're exposed to something else, you had no idea that it even existed, and you're kind of, working in a bubble. Sometimes that can be a little bit frustrating and very hard to kind of get out of. So it does a great job at exposing you to a variety of different concepts right from the get-go, which I absolutely love. And in addition, some of the lectures are actually really interesting, and I love how he frames them. For example, during the algorithms lecture, he is going through a bunch of different searching and sorting algorithms, and he uses lockers to kind of visualize the different like search algorithms, and I'm like, that's genius, and it's so tangible, and it makes it real and relatable and understandable. So overall, the material is great. It's presented in a great way, and it kind of made me want to go back to school, because it's like just inspiring, like the hall that he's presenting it, the whole thing. So overall, the material that's covered, I think, is really, really great. It's a great introduction to computer science and kind of understanding what it entails, and also what you can do with it. The last thing I want to touch on is the certificate. It's $149, and do I think it's worth it? My answer is no. It's essentially just a certificate of completion, and if you're looking to get a job with this course, number one, that's not gonna happen. And number two, you're just basically telling your employer that you completed an intro course. That's not impressive at all. And the reason why you're not gonna get a job simply with this course, if you take a moment to just think about it, this is the first course, just one course, that computer science students at Harvard have to take out of the 4 years of their curriculum. So this one course is not gonna give you the skills that you need to be successful on the job. And the argument can be made, well, what about boot camps? Boot camps happen in like a really short time period. Yes, That is true. However, boot camps, you can compare them more to a trade school. They are tailored towards ensuring that you are successful on the job, teaching you certain applicable skills for technical interviews and skills that you would need once you get hired. So it's completely night and day. This is an intro course. That's it. It is just a, think of it like a pathway to begin on your computer science journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this helpful and if you want me to review any other free coding courses, make sure you comment them down below and I will see you guys next time.